Okay, so let's have a little look at the boxing stories during the rounds this week. Really, there isn't too much, but let's get into it. Really, the biggest boxing news we have at the moment, and we literally mean big, is that Eddie Hall has agreed to fight Hafthor Bjornsson in a boxing match in 2021. In case you didn't know, Eddie Hall is world's strongest man in 2017 and Hafthor in 2018. We know that Bjornsson's recently beaten Hall's deadlift record of 500 kilograms for 501 kilogram lift. But really the animosity between the two goes back to 2017 World's Strongest Man, in which Hall won and where he alleges that Bjornsson called him a cheat. So this could be interesting, to say the least. Hafthor has all the advantages physically, 6'9" compared to Hall's 6'2". He's somewhere around 5 stones heavier than Hall. You'd have to assume that you'd have a much longer reach too. On the other side though, Hall's been retired from strongman for a couple of years now, and would be able to concentrate on building up his cardio and getting in shape for this boxing match, whereas Bjornsson is still competing in strongman and will need to maintain his current size to compete in future events too. This could lead him to becoming fatigued very quickly in the boxing ring. Moving 30 stones around consistently for even a few 3-minute rounds would be no mean feat, although really you could say that in the same context for Hall at 25 stones. That's a lot of bulk to move around. There's also been talk of fellow strongmen, Robert Oberst and Nick Best, appearing on the undercard. Hall and Bjornsson are reputed to make 7-figure sums each from this, so Oberst and Best are probably hoping to get in on this a little bit as well, which would be a substantial amount compared to the money strongmen usually bring in. One little worry though is that Best is now 51. It'll be 52 by the end of this year. Whatever happens though, it'll be an interesting fight. Just unusual. See how well two big men can actually do in the ring. There are always going to be a few questions regarding if this is making a joke of the sport at all. And I think that question came round as well with the KSI and Logan Paul fight too. I think you can look at it from a few viewpoints. I think it's unfair on a lot of fighters already out there who've worked hard their whole careers and won't ever get a payday like this one that these two will be getting in their first ever bouts. On top of this though, look at it from the fans. This may bring in a lot of fans who aren't accustomed to boxing, and if they enjoy what they see, they might stick around and indulge themselves in the sport a bit more, which could only be good for the sport as a whole with the added interest. Other than this, there isn't too much going on at the moment. There have been talks about how fights could go ahead during the pandemic or after the lockdown is eased. There are plans to possibly bring things back in July, according to Eddie Hearn, and a Roman amphitheatre has been discussed as a possible venue for Anthony Joshua versus Kubrat Pulev. Yeah, that could be very interesting. Nice location and two gladiators going at it. We've also got Ruiz Jr. He's got a new trainer, Eddie Reynolds, who also overlooks Canelo Alvarez and Ryan Garcia. Maybe this is what Ruiz needs after the second Joshua fight ended in such disappointment. Hopefully he can stay committed to training now, get back on track. Because if we add a fit Ruiz back into the heavyweight scene, it's going to make things even more interesting than what we've got. It would be good to see him challenge again for another title in future and bring that explosiveness that he had in the first Joshua fight. That's all for now. Hopefully I have a new video out soon. Thanks for listening.